And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on? Or what's going up and what's coming down? So, this is my third time to make this video. It gets very frustrating. The first time I had already talked for at least 35 to 40 minutes and it was deleted. The second time, um, all of these tabs that I have, well, none of these I'm using, but all of these right here that I'm going to talk about were all deleted. And then it wouldn't upload. I had to spend at least, I don't know, 45 minutes deleting more old videos, even though the one video that was 35 or 40 minutes deleted itself, right? And I really didn't want to make this video, but Father is having me do it. So as I was about to stop trying, right, I hear a boom, super loud. There's no rain. Yet again, this is 2 days in a row this has done this. Now, it did pour down yesterday, but not when I heard the thunder. It didn't rain for like another hour. Huge thunder that I've been experiencing off and on for the past couple weeks that sounds like the lightning is hitting the other side of the wall. Okay? No transformers more than meets the eyes, right? They haven't blown, the lights didn't go out, but it is the loudest thunder. And this is the battle between good and evil, the light and the dark. Father's holy warrior angels, Archmichael, Gabriel, Uriel, Raphael, a lot of our teammates, against the demons, the fallen angels, directly over our head. And it's getting closer and closer as the veil has lifted. So, why I didn't want to make this video is because it's going to sound like a woe is me, I'm depressed, like Eeyore, right? Or who, oh my gosh, I can't believe I remember this guy. Did y'all hear that? And the door is shut. And the window is also shut. You can't even open the window. They like to stick me in places where you can't get fresh air. So let me see. Or they spray fumes into the air conditioner. This just popped in my head. Slep Rock makes a comeback.
Hey, Schleprock's doing great.
Let's hope his luck holds out.
Let me see if it...
Charm that's a little strong.
Good bottle. That's Eureka. No.
Well, I'm not going to waste my time on it, but look how weird he looks, like a turtle. What is this even on? Pebbles, I think. Schlep Rock. He was this depressed little thing right here. Look at him. Would you look at him? A black hatter, right? A mad hatter. How funny is that? And he would say, wowsy, wowsy, woo-woos. So this goes right along with everything. Like having backflashes. Flashbacks, not backflashes. Back to the future. Backflash, flashbacks. Wow. This is even, I cannot even plan this, y'all. This is wild. My slip of the tongue. Now, I know you had to hear that. I know you had to hear that. I'm going to open the door just in case I'm talking and it happens again. Maybe you can hear it better. It literally just started sprinkling as I'm making this. I know this is Father. Okay, I know it is. So, flashbacks. Backflashes is what I said, right? I think that's what I said. Then I'm like, flashbacks. Back to the future. Flashbacks. That's why I started with backflashes. So, Sis Jessica, shout out to you. Sister Palm, Sister Christian, now the time has come, for sending me that nice email telling me that these videos have helped you throughout this past year, or whenever you started, when you finally got to find my channel. So blocked, I can't believe anyone new finds it. But I really appreciate it if y'all could actually tell me, like, if you could. I know it gets old having to copy and paste over and over again your same comment, but if you could at least try 5 or 10 times to get a comment to stick, and if not, could you think about emailing me, because sometimes I need encouragement to even keep doing these videos. Now, if Father tells me and keeps telling me, like, putting it in my heart, my spirit, you've got to make this video, then I will. Like, if I've got like a major word of knowledge, even if I don't feel like it. But just me talking like this right now, it's like, man, do I want to put myself out there again? Let the enemy know how I'm feeling, you know, so they can throw more fiery darts. Because when Satan tries to kick us when we're down, right, he comes even harder at us. Wow, I hope y'all are hearing this. This is amazing. Amazing. Amazing grace. So yes, we know about the weather warfare. And let me say something. Yesterday when I said it was God's judgment of the floods and all that kind of stuff, I've been in 3 floods. 2 technically. The 3rd one I lost everything. I mean, that's happened to me multiple times, lost everything. But didn't lose my soul, so I didn't lose everything. I mean, material things. But Father got me out of New Orleans before Hurricane Katrina hit, like 10 days before. But then 2 other floods that I went through. If somebody took it wrong that's listening and saying, God wanted the children to die and ruin our house and all these things. No, but he's allowing it. He's allowing it. Why? To wake people up, to get them to repent, to see that we're on the end of days. Listen to this, y'all. Do y'all hear this? Let me go to the door. It just started. And in the background are sirens. And the reason, hopefully y'all can hear the police sirens. The reason I wanted y'all to hear the sirens is that is confirmation from the Lord for me. He told me several years ago that every time I make a video and there's a police siren in the background, that he really wants people to pay attention to whatever I'm saying. So this is being allowed by Father to wake people up. Grab people out of the fire, grab people out of the waters. He's sending his life raft, okay? He's throwing his life raft. Wow, this is amazing. It wasn't raining until I started doing this video. So maybe that's why the first 2 didn't go through. Father wanted this on there. I have no clue, y'all, but I'm going to roll with it, and hopefully I don't get cut off. They did cut me off yesterday when I started singing Deep in the Heart of Texas. But I was going to show y'all the video I made after Hurricane Irma the next day, which was 9/10 is when Irma hit in Key West. But 9/11 is when I was able to go out and film a little bit of it before the battery on my laptop died, because we didn't have power for like 2 weeks after that. But today is technically 9/11. 7/11, which Donald Trump made the slip of the tongue on talking about 9/101, 7/11. So high watch for today. But what I'm wanting to talk about, which I didn't want to talk about, but Father's having me talk about it, is the different kinds of feelings, the different things that I'm experiencing. And maybe this will help some of y'all that could be experiencing the same thing. And if you could let me know if this video or any of my videos have helped you, I would really appreciate it, because if y'all knew how hard it is for me to make a video, sometimes it's not, but 8 out of 10 times it's pretty hard for me, okay? And I technically I have a roof over my head, but I never know if it's for a day or a week. But I'm technically homeless. I never know where I'm going to stay. I'm also on foot and highly, persecuted. We'll just leave it at that. But I know I'm blessed by the Most High, so I'm not complaining. But what I'm wanting to say is sometimes I need encouragement too. So thank you, Sis Jessica, that you told me that it helps you. If you can't get through by comments, then email me, okay? Warrior Angel Hobo with no spaces at gmail.com, and I'll put it in the Go Cup and get the heck out. I'll put it in the comments. So what I want to talk about first, I'm just going to share all I remember of the stream this morning. Okay, let me shut the door now. So you're looking at similar to the dream I had this morning, and it was very long. Unfortunately, I don't remember hardly any of it. In one point, I was flying a bubble-looking, clear bubble craft. It did not look like a fighter jet, like on Top Gun, right? Which Father's shown me all these connections with me and Top Gun, and some of you brothers and sisters in Christ have the same thing. And he's been showing me these things this morning is when I'm getting all these remembrances of things that I didn't put together until today, this very day, okay? Sister in Christ, Sis Jessica, has helped me connect the dots as well with some of the things she's connected with, again, with Top Gun, okay? We're fighting against the principality of the air, Satan and his fallen angels, demons, okay? So there was a spiritual battle going on above our head, which you might have just heard, and now it's completely stopped raining, just out of nowhere. And this has been happening for a few weeks now. And it's like the weather is never right anymore. Yes, I know they make up stuff with the weather, and they do weather warfare, but they at least get it right 75% of the time. It's never right now. And it won't show that there's a flat, like yesterday I got stuck in a flash flood. Just walking, okay? Wild. And the sky was blue, and then all of a sudden it went dark. So these are biblical signs for you will see in the sun, moon, and stars, right? The dream I had, let me stick to this topic and then I'll go on with what I'm feeling, and maybe this will comfort some of y'all, and you could also help me in turn by telling me, yeah, you're feeling the same thing. I was driving this craft that looks like the bubble on Top Gun, on the fighter jet, but it was way bigger. It was like a whole round dome. That's all I remember about that. And then the next part, I see fighter jets that look like ours, right? Like regular ones you would see, like on Top Gun. They were going from left to right. And this morning, Father gave me exit stage right, which I think was some cartoon of the Pink Panther. Yeah, I think it was. Exit stage right. I'm not going to look that up. This will be hours long if I look everything up that's getting in my head right now. But the fighter jets are going from left to right. And then this thing, it looked a lot like this, but it was bigger, like not from top to bottom, but from left to right. It was longer. It was more cylinder-like, and it had a bubble on it. And it was above these fighter jets. So just imagine this here and the fighter jets here, and they were both going from left to right, and it was hovering above them. The only difference in this picture was it was nighttime, okay? And interesting, when the floods that I was in hit, they were at night in Texas and in Florida. And in New Orleans, I got out. So, Katrina, I technically wasn't there. I got out before because Father wanted me to leave. All right. So I'm just putting out there. I know there's something important with this stream. I don't know what all. Now I have an idea. The jet kind of looked like this, or jets. There was several of them, 4 or 5, and then this thing did not look like that. It looked like this. I just was trying to find any kind of thing. So what I'm experiencing is just like tiredness for no reason. Now, if y'all listen to my last few videos, I caught them, the watchers, spraying poison, toxic chemicals that reeked. Like, if you would have breathed this for a long time, you probably would have passed out. I could smell it from before I opened the door. They were spraying around the doors and the windows, or window. And I believe they sprayed it in the AC because I smelt it coming out of the AC, and then Father told me that they had done that as well. I got really sick, and I believe that I was not supposed to make it. Okay, they looked shocked when I walked around yesterday. This lasted for about 5 days. I had severe migraines, stomach ache, nauseous, coughing, which I'll still have a little bit of a cough, but it's mostly gone. Coughing and sneezing, okay? And it was within hours of them spraying, which interestingly enough was on July 4th. Wow, who'd have thunk it? So the whole point is, I love to go for walks. So after not being able to walk for 5 or 6 days, 6 days technically, I should have been really ready to walk this morning. I'm like, wow, I'm feeling like me again. I woke up in a great mood. I was happy. I even turned around something that could have made the day go wrong. So one of the ones that was spraying was standing outside my window. There's only one window in it's a little room, okay? As I got up to get my coffee, they were standing right there within inches. And a few other times I've caught them, and it made me kind of pissed. And I didn't say anything mean to him. I was just like, yep. Said something like that. Today I switched it, and I wasn't being fake. I actually had so much joy, and I felt so sorry for them, thinking, this is their life. This is what y'all don't realize, that you're being persecuted, aka targeted, which we're actually chosen. We shouldn't even we have a target on our back. Satan put a target on our back. He wants us out of here. But we've been chosen by the Most High God, so we're blessed. But do y'all know how much pain and what a sad existence gangstalkers have? Yes, most of them are rich because they've done a lot of wicked things. And a lot of our own, around us, we'll just leave it at that, those with connections to us have sold us out. Our life we are a walking sacrifice to show God's love and show that you don't have to become evil and sell out to the system. But they bow down, right? So they have to continue to do evil and appease Satan every day. And could you imagine living your life being jealous of someone, watching someone, trying to find out wrong things on someone and try to sabotage their life? And that's their whole existence. That's why I call them the walking dead, because their spirit is dead. And I saw the one that was by the window, and I just said, hey, how you doing? And I waved. Do y'all know that what could have started as a day where it got me, oh man, here they go again. I can't even walk past the window without somebody's head being there. And I've literally seen I'm trying to be quiet in case they're outside, okay? Their face pressed against the glass of their room when I go to my window to open my curtains. Do you know how creepy that is? Literally pressed against the glass. It is so, so sad. So I genuinely felt so much joy. I wanted to share it with them. And I turned it around. And I think I brightened their day. The whole point is, I was not depressed when I woke up. I had energy. I was excited. I'm finally feeling better. I'm going to go for a walk. But here's where it gets weird. So I didn't smell poison in here today. I didn't smell chemicals. I didn't see them with the sprayer. And I went outside the first time, and I was going to go take the trash out because there's no trash can in here. It's like, you know how rooms are. You have to use the trash can on site, right? And I thought I'll throw away my trash from last night, and then I'll go for a walk. All I did was make it out the door, go over to the trash can, which is right around the corner, and throw the trash away. And instead of going, yes, I get to walk again, I was like, man, I don't even want to. I don't even have any energy. And I turned around and went back, and I thought, okay, maybe, it's because I suffered through these symptoms that I just told you all about from whatever chemicals they sprayed around me and in the AC and all that. I thought maybe that's what it was, but yet I feel great. I might have a cough when I'm talking, like right now. When I made the other 2 videos, I did cough a couple times, but nothing like hardcore. And, was ready to go. It's not like me. My entire life I've been told, man, you have a lot of energy. I wish I had your energy. I wish I had 1/10 of your energy, right? We know a lot of the stalkers, they come to try to harvest our energy. This is not like me, y'all. So I came and I got a second cup of coffee. Everybody calm down, which that makes no sense when Paul Bagley says that, because coffee does not calm me down. Matter of fact, if I drink 2 cups of coffee, sometimes even 1, depending on how strong it is, people think I'm on something because I'm naturally hyper. Y'all, they tried to put me on hyperactive pills as a child, and I knew even back then not to take them, and I would spit them out when my mom left the room. Just wild stuff. Always been told, you're down with ADD. Yeah, you know me. But no, it's like we have a lot of energy. We have the love of life. We have the love of the Most High God in our heart. So this is not like me is the whole point, and especially not after not being able to walk for about 6 days because, I was not feeling the best. So that happened. My energy was immediately gone after I walked outside. Then I come back in, and it wasn't boiling hot yet either. I was like, wow, it's even like 5 degrees less than normally. Normally, it's like 90 degrees at 7 in the morning. Not normal either. By this time, by like noon, it's like 95, and it says feels like 105. I'm going to say feels like 117. But anyway, that happened twice. So I waited a couple hours, I think 2 hours. Maybe about 8:30 or 9, I went back out again after having 2 cups of coffee, which I normally only have 1. And then I might have another one later on, but not back to back like that. Was ready to go. I get out the door, I turn the corner, and then I'm like, man, I don't even want to go. And I'm like, is this you telling me not to go out, Lord? And then I'm like, maybe the Lord doesn't want me to go out because it's 7-Eleven, right? So I turn back around. Then I get an email, and I have my energy's been sucked or stolen or something. So then I see an email from Brother Chris. And this prompts me to think about maybe I should make a video about it. And Father's like, yes, you need to make this so other people do not feel alone in this. And we can all connect the dots on what's going on. So I'm asking y'all, what's going on? What do y'all think is going on? Brother Chris emails me and says, are you feeling tired, Sister Lena? Because I am. And I'm like, yes, I'm going to make a video about it. So sorry, brother, if you've been waiting for the video, but I made 2, and that's taken me over like almost an hour and 45 minutes. And they were deleted and sabotaged. So hopefully this goes out. If it clicks off like it did yesterday on my video, I will come back and continue it and upload 2 of them, okay? So, I got this dream. I got the dream I was driving that bubble thing, which I've seen me in something like that a handful of times in the last maybe 10 years in dreams. And the fighter jets, and then I see this thing hovering over the fighter jets, and they're all going to the right. Father gave me this morning, exit stage right. Could this mean we're leaving the system, we're leaving the matrix? Then Father reminded me of how he's going to turn everything that was upside down. He didn't create this earth for us to be held captive like this, right? We're supposed to be in the Garden of Eden. We all know those stories, so I won't go into them, but Satan in the fallen corrupted the earth. So now he's got to shake the earth. He's doing a great shaking, as the Bible calls it, and he's turning everything right side up. Remember in the scripture it says in the end of days, good will be considered evil and evil good. right? He's turning what is wicked, he's plucking up the wicked, rather, the separation of the wheat from tares, and he's reclaiming the earth. But he's got to cleanse the earth, purge the earth first. The earth will not be destroyed, but the wicked will be taken out. And I believe this is part of the separation of the wheat from the tares, because then Father guided me to this. The parable of the wheat and the tares, Matthew 13:24-30. Another parable he put forth, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field, but while men slept, his enemy, Satan, and the fallen, right, came in and sowed tares among the wheat and went their way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then the tares also appeared. We can't tell them apart, right, until the end of days, and then it's getting obvious who's who. So the servants of the owner came in and said, sir, did you not sow good seed into your field? How then does it have tares? He said, an enemy has done this. Okay? The servant said, do you want us to go up and gather them up, bundle them up? And he said, no, lest while you gather up the tares, you also uproot the wheat. Let both grow together until the harvest, which I believe we're at right now. In the time of harvest, I will say to the reapers are the angels, first gather together the tares and bind them, these are the non-believers, and bind them into the bundles to burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Could this be why we're feeling all these things? Because it's a bittersweet departure. I literally feel sorrow, feel sadness, feel pain, just like for the watcher this morning, for what's to become them and how they're already in their own hell by harming others to get material gain, to become rich. And they think that, like how people will ask you, so what do you do, right? How do you make money? Instead of, whom do you serve? Do you love? Looking at the things, the fleshly things of the earth instead of what's inside. This is a walk about our heart. And I believe that yesterday when Father gave me deep in the heart of Texas, he was showing me what this is about, our heart. Okay? Speaking of that, this is something random that I was going to share in another video that has nothing to do with this video, but it kind of does. Disaster assistance. No, I don't trust the governing of the mental, which is what the government means. Governing of your mental, of your thoughts, keeping you in fear, keeping you resonate at a lower level. But if you are needing disaster assistance, maybe they'll give you a couple thousand. I don't know. I don't know what they'll do, but I'm just throwing it out there. If you're going through any of these floods. Also, when I said in the video yesterday that it was God's righteous judgment, these floods coming on this earth, I do not mean that all these children that we're being told anyway are no longer with us, that we're swept away. That's what we're being told, okay? They might not be any longer with us, but they might not have been swept away, if you know what I mean. Like we'll just talk about, how they're throwing out the Epstein crap, trying to get our focus off of the Most High and what he's doing and put it on earthly things. Okay? Okay? But no, I didn't mean that, everyone that lost their lives or supposedly did or had their property damaged, it was God's judgment, they're bad, right? If that was true, then, same thing with me. I've been in 3 floods and lost everything. Okay? So we got that going for us. What I meant is the Lord is doing a great shaking. He's shaking the earth. He's trying to wake up his children before it gets really, really rough. Okay? So the separation of wheat from tares, and I'm like, what does this have to do with me feeling no energy and excited, and then all of a sudden I have no energy, and then I bursted out crying today for no reason. I'm not depressed, y'all. And I'm just like, what is going on? Then I'm having all these flashbacks, right? And I said in the last video, it might be this video too, I don't even know anymore. I made 2 other videos. I talk so much on these things. Where I slipped up and I said, backflashes. I had backflash. And then I'm like, what? Why did I say that? Back to the Future with Sister Jessica. He keeps showing me Back to the Future synchronizing with Top Gun and a lot of other things, including Young Guns as well. I didn't see Back to the Future 2 and 3, so maybe I'm supposed to see those movies. But Father did give me connections with Back to the Future 1. Back to the Future. We're going back to where we were, right? We're going back to our Creator. There will be a new heaven and a new earth. And this is what popped into my head. No, not that. This. I didn't even remember seeing this movie. And I might not have seen it. I might just have seen the trailer. I was like, oh, that's what I remember. So I typed in something like movie about the world being turned upside down. I'm pretty sure what I typed in. And then that popped up, and then I looked up the trailer. So this is the trailer, okay? And this is what Father's sharing with me. It's called Upside Down, and it had Kirsten Dunst, who was funny enough in Interview with a Vampire, right? With Brad in the Bottomless Pit. He's a fallen angel, if y'all don't know that by now. So here it is. I got to turn it off. Oh, wow, I just caught that. The sun. Look at this. Imagine a world where two planets exist together. This is the picture Father flashed into my head, but it had bigger skyscrapers sticking out on this side, and it was like a reflection of this side and then he led me to this. Two planets exist together, but their people cannot, sorry y'all. I think their people cannot connect. Let me see if it says it.
I can't talk to you. Why not?
Their people cannot talk to each other.
Down below. I'm Adam.
Adam, right? You're from down below. So she lives on the world up top, and he's below. And did you catch something? I'm just catching this now. He's in kind of grim, boring, gray. Father told me in the end of days, everything will be gray. Gray clothing, gray skies, gray faces. That's what he told me. I had several revelations of that over the last 5 years. Okay. He's in gray. And she's in colorful. Well, I mean, it's not real colorful. Funny, it looks red. Red and white, right? Hold on, y'all. Wow. I got a Charlie horse. I haven't had one of these in so long. I'm having to stand up right now. In my left foot, I know this is something important. Charlie. Charlie was Kelly McGillis's character in Top Gun, okay? That name is also means something to me. Father reminded me just this morning about, and I have to say this and stop this for a minute or I'll forget my train of thought, right? All aboard the Soul Train. When I lived in Key West, one of my friends was named Captain Ron. Some of y'all remember me talking about him. And if y'all could say prayers for him, I don't know whatever happened to him. And he was not in the greatest of health. But anyway, he was a lot older than me. He was a boat captain. And he met Kelly McGillis. And he and his friend went to Kelly McGillis. Again, that's who played Tom Cruise's his girlfriend, named Charlie in Top Gun, right? She lived down there for a while. And she had a restaurant called Wow, Kelly's. Who would have thunk it? Okay? Father brought this to my memory this morning after Sister Jessica was talking about the connections with us with Top Gun and things. And I'm like, wow, everything is connected with us. You remnant, we need to come together as the body of Christ and connect all the pieces to the puzzle. And each person has part of the pieces and has been given a key to unlock where we're going, right? So He and my friend Captain Ron, yeah, a real name, just like the movie, Captain Ron, because movies are written about us, y'all. They go into the restaurant while she's working and they slide on their knees and they start singing, "Baby, baby, I'll get down on my knees for you," right? You lost that love and feeling, which was off of Top Gun. And then I'm like, I wonder if Kelly McGillis still owns that. And I was like, I don't think it was in business the last time I lived there. So I checked it out. She sold it. Guess what it's called now? First Flight. That's right, First Flight. And Father said this is all connected to y'all, to my remnant. We are the first flight out of here as the first fruits. Our flight is about to take off. And the fact that this is being shown to me today on 7/11, okay, there's no coincidence. Lots of other things tied in with Top Gun, which I won't go into, that have to do with me. And I'm sure some of y'all too, because I said we are Top Gun, you in-time targeted angels. But this movie is, I believe,
from down below arrested last week, raising interworld tensions.
and it's funny, look, there's no power apparently. I don't think I saw this movie, I just saw the trailer. There's no power. They're on bicycles or they're walking.
Don't go down to their
Hello.
world. We certainly don't want them coming up to ours.
That's how I've been living for years and years. Okay, it says we can't go down below, and we don't want them coming where we're at, because this is supposedly beautiful, right? And then I guess this is supposed to be Hizel, Earth, and then this is heaven, right? And look at this, a portal. Wow. The laws of the universe separate them. And what happened when the rich man, so just imagine your gang stalkers, you targeted angels, that seem to have everything. Oh, look at us. And they're posting online, showing their fancy houses and their new cars and their vacations every week and all this. And we've just bought our 10th house and you're struggling just to live week to week. Hello, McFly, are you in there? I totally get you. I get you. It's frustrating and it's upsetting sometimes, and you're like, why, Lord? I'm trying to do good, yet the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poorer. And Father just reminded me of Lazarus and the rich man. Okay? Let me find it. Right here. This is Luke, I am your father. And yeah, they did say that. I specifically remember that. I've been saying that for years and years. My best friend Lynn Venus, who they killed, they shot her in the head. Her ex-boyfriend was Luke. I got a dog that came with the name Chewy, who they poisoned him as well. Luke and Chewy. And you think I wouldn't know how to say that? Luke, I am your father. There's some other synchronicities Father has just showed me, which I might talk about if I can remember it. Let me get to this. A rich man clothed in purple, purple rain, which we're witnessing right now, the reign of the Antichrist, and fared sumptuously every day. There was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was full of sores, desiring to be fed with the crumbs. All he wanted was crumbs, which fell from the rich man's table, and the dogs came and licked his sores. The beggar died and was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom, but the rich man also died and was buried. And in hell, where the rich man went, he lifted up his eyes, being in torment, and seeth Abraham afar off, right? Up there. That he may... Okay, and seeing Abraham afar off, Lazarus in his bosom. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on us, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger into water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that in thy lifetime receiveth thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. And besides all this, between us and you there is a great gulf, right? The waters, the separation, the firmament. fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. Okay? Y'all can read the rest, but I believe this is what is taking place, and we're not able, like how we feel like outsiders, y'all, we're not able to connect
separation
anymore.
between worlds. There has to be no contact with those up top.
A separation between worlds. What did Father say? The separation of the wheat from tares.
Imagine if we...
Okay.
Your life.
I need your help. I need your help.
Contact her again, and it will cost you your life.
I need your help.
What's your plan?
I have to go find her.
You're gonna go up there and you're gonna get yourself killed.
I don't know where the part is. I only watched this once.
Up against the wall.
Manhunt
You're up against the wall, right?
Kind of hope.
The wall,
Then I'm gonna do it.
right
Just
here.
give my life some kind of hope. Give my life some kind of hope.
Love will change the way. Wow, y'all. Right? Father said this is a walk about our heart.
If I could just give my life some kind of hope, then I'm gonna do it.
If I could get my life, and then look, he jumps off. I've seen this in a dream, y'all. The fence, a gate like this, a fence thing, was on one side and bleachers on the other, and all the watchers were watching me, and I was walking down in the middle of it. And then he jumps into the water, and we've seen so many movies where they're going into the water, right? Symbolic, the heavens, the firmament. I believe this is taking place right now. The separation of the wheat from tares, and then we come out above. Okay, we go above. We didn't harden our heart. And I think that's what was leading me to cry this morning. After seeing the person, hovered next to my window, and just, they're desperate. They want to know what we know. But they don't want to give up their witchcraft. They don't want to repent. They don't want to accept Jesus. They don't want the truth. Yet they kind of want it. You see what I mean? And that, I believe, could have been why I all of a sudden was crying. And then I'm being reminded of all these old things and all these old memories, including, I'll just go ahead and say it, another memory of me being connected with Top Gun movie that I never put together until this morning. So I was given a couple things with the names in Top Gun, several of the names that I'm connected with. And then about Kelly McGillis, he lost that love and feeling, and my friend getting down on his knees, actually singing to Kelly McGillis, like how they were in the movie, okay? And the new name of the restaurant that she sold in Key West was called First Flight, y'all. And we're the first fruits, leaving first flight, after the tares are separated. So I believe that, yes, we're going to be raptured, but we're having to go through these birth pains, these things that are coming on the earth right now. Remember, Father said, he who endures till the end shall be saved. If we didn't have to go through things to be purified through the fire, right, as gold is purified, he would not say we have to endure. So he's wanting us to focus on him and let go of the past, and there will be a new heaven and a new earth. This is a war of the worlds. And wasn't Tom Cruise in War of the Worlds as well? Right? So, Upside Down. I may have to watch that movie. Upside down, you're turning me, you're giving me instinctively. Okay? I just wanted to put that out there. I want to ask y'all if y'all are also feeling these kind of things, like you're thinking about the past. And for a little bit, I'm like, man, I miss Key West. And then I remember a lot of the wickedness that happened there, and I'm like, no, I don't. It's like you're feeling like a longing for the days of old, which we're not going back to that. People are like, oh, we'll just take the shot so hopefully I don't get another strike for that. Shot in the dark. And you're to blame. We'll just take it so we can go back to work, so we can work longer, so we can make more money, so we can do more drugs, so we can work longer, so we can make more money. Don't y'all feel like What's the point? Keep going around in a circle, right? I'll be like, used to, I'd be excited every day. Oh, I can't wait to do this. And I'm like, another day. I'm still here. Jesus, are you coming back? No, I don't want to off myself. I'm grateful for every moment that the Lord gives me. But it's like, it seems like time is speeding up. Literally, here's how I feel. I get up, I'm in a great mood like this morning. I can't wait to have my one exciting thing that I look forward to, which is coffee, which I'm trying to chill out on that as well, right? And not drink 2 cups, only drink 1 cup. But I'm like, that's my one thing. Oh, and sometimes I'm going to allow myself to have, this good food or something. And it's like, after you get it, you're like, that's it? I just wasted $10 on this and it didn't even taste good, right? Didn't taste like I remember it. Or whatever it might be. Just little things that you might have used to take for granted, and now you're like, man, I wish I could have how it used to taste. How we used to do those things. Those things are gone. Bye, 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 right? So then after I get up, I'll be like, it's hard for me to focus on the Bible most days now. I'll be honest with you. Used to, it was easier. And I'll be like ready to read the Bible and I'm all gung-ho for the Lord. And now I'm like, how am I going to focus? Having a hard time focusing. Lots of old flashbacks and memories of old things and trying to reach out to old people that don't care about me in the least, that usually won't respond, or if they do, it's not anything good. And they don't care about you. They're part of the system, right? Not fitting in anywhere. Still having that joy. I have the joy of the Lord, but it's like, what are we here for, right? Are y'all feeling this? And again, no, I'm not depressed. It's just like this. It's like a knowing we're about to leave is what it is. That's what it is. The girl can't hold the smoke. All these old memories are being replayed in my mind now.
Check this out.
Let me see if I can find this. Here it is. All these things I have been saving over the last, I think, 2 weeks that have popped in my feed that I want to watch and don't even watch them anymore. And that's what I wanted to say. It's like I get up until this past week when I was struck with the poison spray and all that. I'll go for a walk. I'll read my Bible, go for a walk, or go for a walk and then read my Bible. Of course, I say my prayers when I get up. And then I'll come back and maybe read the Bible again, get online, do some stuff online for a little bit. Read emails or messages y'all send, whatever. Try to message back. They're usually deleted. Watch my comments be deleted or whatever. Try not to get frustrated, to try to stay offline as much as possible. Then my exciting adventure for the day is being able to go to the grocery. Oh, today I have enough to go get. And it's, make myself, whatever, a sandwich. Oh, it's going to be an exciting day. Then you're back from there, and then it's time for bed. I'm like, what in the world? What happened to the day? Are y'all feeling that? Remember, Father said that if he did not speed up the time, no flesh would be saved, not even the very elect. Before the very elect's sake, he sped up the time. And then this came up. I was actually led to this, but I had no clue that I was going to actually find, what do you call it? I can't even think of that right now. Like I said, focus fact. The Mandela effect. I know dang well that they said, Luke, I am your father, because I said it for years and years. I even said it on this channel when I started on my boat, because they were mocking me, because I'm like, I feel like we're in Star Wars back in 2017, and across from me, this military dude, high-ranking commando, put a stormtrooper's mask on his mast. A mask, M-A-S-K, on his mast, M-A-S-T. I'm not even joking. I just caught that. I know I said it back then. My best friend's boyfriend was Luke, and my dog was Chewie, okay? But look at this. I wasn't planning on talking about this, so Hopefully this doesn't cut me off. I don't know where it was. I know it was Judd Nelson. Here it is. This could be it. Oh, and look, he's on Young Guns. Emilio Estevez. Can you say bored? I had to go to these
Take a picture.
after
Last
these
one.
school things. Always in trouble for my mouth. Shh, not so loud. Property of HOA. Look at this. 6'7". Hilarious. I'm trying to find it, y'all. I'm sorry.
I was just.
I wrote, you know.
Is that a car?
Maybe it's here. It was Judd Nelson that said it.
Car? I'll be a janitor. Custodial arts. Stand that one, right?
Maybe it was that part.
Take a picture. Last longer. Fred, is that a Woody in your pants?
Here it is.
Lucy, you have so splendid to do.
Bam! They've been saying, Lucy, you have some splaining to do, that he never said that. Ricky Ricardo. I know this doesn't have much to do with what I'm talking about, but it kind of does, y'all. Because we're in another timeline, y'all. I'm not joking. We're in and out of the fifth and the third dimension. That's why we're not syncing with all those. Most of those are still in the third dimension. They have not raised their vibe. Play it again.
Lucy, you have so splendid to do.
Bam! Okay? This, when did The Breakfast Club come out? I think it was 1986. Wow! I just thought of something else. This is 1985. That was a great year, man. Don't y'all wish y'all could go back to that, you Gen Xers? It was a blast back then. In Key West, where I was just talking about, Key West has a bar called Schooner Wharf Bar. It's real cool, actually. And me and Captain Ron used to hang out there. And they have, again, look at this, open air regatta. So it's land, sea, and air, right? And boats. Our ship is leaving. All aboard the yacht. Schooner Wharf. I kid you not, y'all. Facebook. I don't have Facebook, so I don't know if I can do it. It's supposed to be on here. Let's see if I can find it. I'm making this too long. I love this. Growing old disgracefully. Well, I'm making this too long, y'all, but believe me, there's a breakfast club there. That's what it's called. The Key West Breakfast Club. Oh, that's why Facebook popped up. Talk amongst yourselves. It says breakfast menu. Breakfast Club. Schooner Wharf Breakfast Club is a group focused on the members and events of Schooner Wharf and Key West. Okay? The last little piece of paradise, probably. of Old Key West. The old ways, the old world. We're mourning for the old world, y'all, but we're going to the new. So we need to be excited about the new, but we're mourning the old. We're leaving it behind. Everything is connected. Everything is tied in with what's going on. So we're connecting the dots, y'all. So I believe any moment we're going to leave. Let me know if y'all are feeling kind of this, like you're excited one minute and then you're sad for no reason the next, or seemingly no reason, and you feel like you're being zapped of energy. Okay? Because I believe these are all ascension symptoms. So we got that going for us. I'm praying for all of y'all. Thank you. I had 3 people donate this past month. I really appreciate it. Even y'all say, oh, I'm sorry, it was only $20. That helps me. Every little bit helps. Like I told y'all, I got to go to Texas to these bogus court case, pay bogus fine, figure out how I'm going to get there, because I don't drive 55. And even that, I'm being brought back to blah, blah, blah. That's all, folks. Yeah, I need to hang this up. Brought back to memory about ZZ Top. I partied with ZZ Top, y'all, on their boat. You want to know what the name of their boat was? I kid you not. Why don't you just tell me the name of the boat? Okay, I will. It was called the Sea Dragon. And yesterday I sang something about cheap sunglasses, and Sister Jessica caught it. It was ZZ Top, who are from Texas, all right? And back when I was real young, I think I was like 19 or 20, maybe 21. I might have been 21. Yeah, I partied on their boat with them. And when I mean party, let me clarify, we drank wine coolers. That to me was a party. Party on the patio. Anybody else remember those orange wine coolers? Orange flavor. California coolers. That's what they were called. Do y'all see this? This is happening to me all day for the past week. Okay? But not like today. It's intensified today. It's nonstop. Remembering all these old things. So I think this is a sign that we're leaving. We're out of here. Exit. Stage right.